We'll play now a monster deck. Doing some themes where we're playing whoever we beat. Okay, so we're against Henselt again, who we may recall did have some pretty interesting stuff. Alright, so monster decks are all about various things. You saw the consume effects already. They can also be, can be about death rattles. They can be about this special keyword called thrive, where they get stronger
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
the stronger creatures you play. Alright, that's a bold statement. We will respond with a bold statement of our own.
Damn it.
So Geralt is a slightly worse Leo that we saw earlier. Can still destroy an enemy with 8 or more power. Doesn't have the second ability to destroy a Witcher, which is obviously more situational. Vlad, I'm not sure what you mean by no second card. Oh, good on Predatory Drive instead? That's a good point. I don't really play monsters that much. I mean, I could do it right now. I think I might do that, actually. Once again, he's running engines. And we'll just lose 2 points here. He'll lose 5. Other options... Yeah, why not? I'm fine with this. So maybe my stupidity worked out. We'll see. I'm not the biggest fan of monster cards. I much prefer Nilfgaard. I like the extra lock abilities and things of that nature.
The North, Temeria.
Okay. So once again, mentioned this earlier about how drawing extra cards is nice. And he just drew a couple of really good ones. So we have a couple of options here. Oh, right, I forgot. My leader boosts the unit by 3 and gives it immune. So the idea is to combo that ability with this guy, so that he can just sit there and ping away for the rest of his life. So I think what we're going to do here... We might start... Drowner here will get us to 14 to 15. Do we have the... We don't have the lock, right? We have damage or boost. So... Actually, I think we'll do this. We will play this... And then we can Chronix his infantry. Obviously, we haven't played any of our thrives yet. Got off to a bit of a weird start. I mean, that's fine. We're gonna get maximum value out of, oh, no we're not. That's right. Okay, so he's getting his engine out here. Or got his engine out and running. Did his combo. Used his one ability though. That's really good. That's really good for us. So I think we are going to pass here. Obviously we'll be down 1 card going into the final round, but we will have hopefully a very powerful Imlerith, and possibly the 3 witches, which are also very powerful. Alternatively, we could play 1 more card here. It would be 20 to 20, which would lead to the same outcome, essentially. Right? Yeah. So I think I'd rather not do that. Cool. Yeah, I was playing Gwent before Homecoming. I I had ducked out right after the Homecoming update. Wasn't a fan of some of the changes, Vlad. But I'm liking some of this now. Obviously, as you pointed out, not quite familiar with how all the new cards work just yet. Okay, so we'll see what this guy's willing to. Nope, just doing that. Perfect. Okay, so obviously there's a couple of options that we can do here. This guy will be greater value theoretically later, because he will gain more and more and more points. This guy will also be very good for us. So I think the weakest card in our hand right now may be the Drowner. Obviously he has Thrive, he has the ability to disrupt rows and all that good stuff, but we're going to be a little greedy. Okay. Alright, let's remind ourselves what's left in our deck. The two Witchers that we don't want to draw. Geralt would be okay, but I don't know if we want to risk drawing him. Or trying to draw him. So, I think we're okay with this hand. Because we don't want to take the chance of drawing the other Witchers. So, let's go with this. Okay. So, we're going to start off, like I said, being a little greedy. We're going to play our Necker. Okay, so next turn, we'll play Imlerith and boost him up. That's unfortunate, but we're not going to be playing too much in the range row anymore.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Alright, so if our opponent has Scourge, we're probably in trouble. But that's a risk you run with Eredin decks. Is if your opponent has any sort of
The North, Temeria.
Scorch or Destruction effect. Weather. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we have no problem with that because we can just increase the amount of units we have on the row substantially. Alternatively, we could play the Drowner. I think we'll do that, actually. Couple of options. I think I'm more worried about... Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's play this.
Nasty wounds, but you'll live.
Okay, so now we play the Drowner because we've got a great play here to disable her. Because her ability will only work on the ranged row. So now that she's been pulled off, she can't do that anymore. And we're just gonna...
There's already a tome about everything.
Start going to town. Okay, couple of schools of thought here. A lot of schools of thought here, actually. Okay, so we're probably going to zap him because he's just obnoxious. And then we'll play the Witchers, I think. Yeah.
So what's our plan?
Awaiting your orders.
Okay. The issue that I'm having right now is that I really want to play the Brewis. You know what, the hell with it, we're going to do it. We'll just do that. Each witch gets stronger the more her sisters are played. So I want to get the consume one off first because that's the one I like the least. And then we'll buff up the other ones. Next we'll play the one that boosts an allied by 2. When will I stream again, Vlad? At this point, I do either Thursdays or Fridays, typically. I'm in the U.S. Central Time, so generally around like 8 o'clock Central Time. If you want to follow, I can send out a message, schedule something, so you can see it. And, you know, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
We're all dressed up just for you.
And so...
Nasty business, that.
But yeah, so I mean, we're seeing a lot of the power in this deck for sure. Gonna throw this guy out here. I'm gonna hold the Weavis for the last card. Yeah, I mean, well, I was gonna hold the Weavis for the last card, but we're gonna use it now, obviously. Wait, what did I do? Boost an ally unit by 2. Increase this boost. Okay, so we'll boot. Yeah, we're still gonna do that. We're fine. We're chilling. Reach of 2. We're gonna kill our own guy. Wonderful.
I am ready.
Oh, that combo. Rip. Okay, we're still fine. We'll get the most value possible, and he can't do 26 points in one card. I am willing to bet. There we go. Doing well. Everyone's sending GGs today. It's a good feeling. I like it. Check something real quick here. Alright, so we don't have any quests. Exciting. Alright, so that was the first monster game. I think we'll do one more monster game here. I think what I also need to do is I need to make sure that I change clicking off the game affecting the sound. Okay, monster versus monsters. And of course, the more decks the more games we win, the better decks we're going to run into. I really don't like Forktail that much, just as a card. But okay, so this isn't the best hand in the world. We have some synergy here, but I think we'll keep it. The fact that he's going first means that we probably won't be able to get the Wild Hunt Rider effect off. Especially because he just did that. So, you know, we could Geralt right away. I think we're going to save that, though. Typically, you assume there's some kind of consumed deck or something like that. So we'll just do the Arch Spore. Get the engine rolling. Okay, and he's doing the same. Now, now this is the point where the Fork Tail makes sense, right? Stop the Thrives from going off. He could summon a new one of these every turn, which is obnoxious. But this is probably the best play for Fork Tail. I almost wish that I'd had the foresight to play the Foglet first. But we can't all have nice things, so whatever. And, you know, we get a contract of sorts, and we're ahead by 1 point. Yeah, so that's the most value a Forktail is ever going to get, unless you're against a Consume deck that runs Arrakis Queen. The nice thing is, though, is that now that he's holding his tactical advantage back, we can now play the Wild Hunt Rider. One thing I did really like about the early Gwent beta was that the certain cards had different art on them. Like there are 3 different Wild Hunt Rider arts. Okay, so there's a couple of thoughts here. We're up by 1 card already. If we pass, we'll be up by 2. But he can just hard pass round. So if we think we're going to lose this round anyway, we might as well play a few more cards. So we're going to play the Witchers. 12 points right there.
Now that's the kind of negotiating I understand.
He has 5 points sitting right there, plus 3 when he plays any other card, because all these are going to get buffs. So he's got... Or he'll do that. Okay, so now we're tied. And he's down a card. There's so many questions. Obviously, anything that we do, he will be able to beat us on with his next card, because he does, like I said, have these 3 boosts right here. A lot of people playing Arrakis Venom, specifically for the Witchers, I'm guessing. So if we pass here, he'll probably play a card to win the round. And then we'll be down 1 card again going into last round. But as we saw last time, we're fine with that. We're not going to waste Geralt. We're just going to pass. And we just have to hope that we're going to draw Imlerith in the next few cards. Okay, that's fine. Okay, drawing Witches, that's good. I'm not really a huge fan of this guy, so we'll toss him. Eredin could be very useful. We like this for the Consume. Get that rolling. So, just in case things get rough, we'll toss this. Okay, get the Arch Spore. He's gonna pass, obviously, go. Okay. So, of all the cards in our hand right now, I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay. Alright, so we need to find Imlerith, or basically just lose. We found Imlerith. Okay. But of course, since he's monsters also, it may not go as well for us as we might hope. So we're going to start with the Ancient Foglet. We only have 2 Witches, which is a little unfortunate. Alright, So predatory dive isn't going to work here, just because it's Gurnok, yeah, whatever. But instead, we'll get the consume out of the way. Alright, now when we do Imlerith here, he won't actually be the strongest card on the board, but we can fix that very easily next turn. So we're going to get him out.
Who taught you to fight like this?
Okay, so next turn we got a couple of options. Eredin is very powerful, but yeah, that's fine. But we are going to save Eredin for when he's got some big row later. So then the next option we have would be Geralt. That's just the regular Geralt, killing him. Alternatively, we can play the Unicorn, boost our Foglet up to 9, which will then enable us to start pecking stuff down. So we're going to do that. And we're going to keep stuff away from Imlerith. Okay. We may end up regretting that if Geralt lets us get another target. But I think we'll be. I think being a monster deck, Geralt will get at least one more target, and that'll be someone we'll definitely. That'll be a card we'll definitely take. Because, you know, with the whole point of this deck being, hey, we need Imlerith to be the strongest, to have the strongest unit on the board. He can't be scorched either, which is nice. He specifically does that because he's afraid of Chronics. Smart. We're gonna play the Neckers now, which, you know, one would argue we probably should have done earlier. And we'll just keep pecking. Okay, so multiple options here. None of them actually great for us. Geralt here would be worth 6 points, 8 points counting his own power. We don't really want to do that. I think we might just do Chronics. Boost these two up by 1, deal 4 damage. She also will deal 4 damage, but we'd rather hold on to her for later. He knows we have Chronics in our hand, or at least he suspects, so we might as well confirm his beliefs. We'll play it up here. And we're assuming he's going to want to kill that with like a consume effect, so we will poke it once. Yep, see? Okay, that was fine for us. Not great, but fine. And again, the more cards he plays, the better it is for us, because this Eredin is going to get so much value the longer this goes. Again, also again though, Geralt's less value the longer this goes. So we may want to keep. If he has more and more Cyclopses, we don't want to. We don't want the Cyclops to live, right? Or at least be as big of a threat. So I think we'll play the Whisperess now. Down over here.
We're all dressed up just for you.
And we'll poke that. Okay. So this Geralt actually probably will not get any value, unfortunately. Neither will this Predatory Drive, honestly. So now it becomes a question of what becomes better the longer this goes, right? Eredin will deal significant damage if I play him right now. Okay, let's do Eredin now.
Not your lucky day.
Okay. As a monster deck, it's entirely possible that he could beat us from this position.
Blood of the hand!
We will actually lose a point doing this. Alright, if we lose by 1 point, this is going to be really embarrassing, but I'm going to risk it. Beautiful. Unless he's an idiot. Unless he's smart. He is smart. Okay. Actually, no, that was the strongest creature in his graveyard. Okay. So Geralt will not get us value. So the best we can hope for then is that he,
Any last words?
last card.
Any last words?
Nice. Alright. Cool. Alright. So we should have used Geralt earlier. First loss today. We'll try one more with the monsters. This deck is definitely one of our one of the weakest ones that we run. Not for lack of trying, of course.
Humans have no place
Okay,
in
so
Brotherland.
this will get a little dangerous. Elves, at least the last time I was paying attention, did run Scorch effects, which will absolutely destroy us. And we also drew poorly on the Witcher front. So, we'll see how this goes.
I trust no one. Never have.
Alright, so to avoid having a terrible hand next turn, I think we'll play Wild Hunt Rider now.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Okay, yeah, see, we got that out sooner rather than later. But again, we're not in a great spot here. We'll just play this. So he's got a lot of elves in his hand, not a surprise. Milva's a really nice card. You guys will notice they have premium cards in Gwent. Cute little animations. Elves do enjoy their chip damage. Alright, so if I play this, we'll go to 10. He'll go to 19. If we didn't have both Witchers in our hand, we could actually get something done with that. So we can't win in 2 cards, unfortunately. Well, I suppose we could. We could use Geralt. No, we couldn't because if Geralt... Okay. So he'll go down to 15. We'll go up to 11. Could use Eredin. Oh, sheep post. Oh, right. We'll pass. Whatever. This is not a game that's going well for us. But it's also an unfavorable matchup because, like I said, they're probably running Scorch. Elves do enjoy running Scorch. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of Roach, one of the Witchers, and I swear to God, okay, fine. So now he can bleed us.
I shall not fail.
Which, you know, whatever. It's whatever.
Death to humans!
We're getting the Thrive engine going, though. Okay. So the Witchers are going to be a big play here.
All right. Not much left of that world.
The big deal is we have to keep point advantage. And he's waiting until I play Imlerith or my hero ability before he passes. Okay. Ah, he's trying to see here's where the Scorch. Yep, see? Though the fact that he just did Scorch is good for us. Because now that he's wasted his Scorch ability.
I'm too old for this shit.
Oh, he's got a bad hand. That's too bad.
This'll be quick and painful.
But yeah, here comes the burning aspect of it because he's going to keep forcing us to play cards. Honestly, as soon as he played Scorch, maybe we should have played Imlerith, but
Yes, one.
I think if only to force him out of this round. We'll just do it. He's gonna leave now. Well, unless he's gonna keep burning. I mean, that would be interesting, actually. Okay. He's actually giving Geralt value now. That's something we didn't have before. didn't realize that Imlerith was immune, I guess.
An ill wind blows.
Little embarrassing. So this is probably the only time Geralt's going to get value, so we'll use him. Cool. Alright. So if we could get all the witches, that's one. Okay, Predatory Drive is a good card to hold on to. I'm gonna risk tossing Geralt, I think. Okay. I would love for him to ping this right now. That'd be incredible.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
Okay. So there's a couple of schools of thought here. Damage by one. So we could Predatory Dive here. The value wouldn't be stupendous for us. I think actually we're going to play Weavis instead. I think I'm fine with that.
Soon, sisters. Very soon.
We may just end up not playing Predatory Dive, which is unfortunate. We would have we would have liked to have gotten, you know, Chronix, Ruis. Dragon would have been nice. I suppose what I didn't consider is I didn't consider the damage possibility, right? I didn't consider the fact that Eredin could heal things as well. But, you know, what can you do? Play Weavis, or Whisperous.
A word once given, we never break.
None shall tread on us!
Okay. So, this is essentially a 2 for 2. I think we're fine with that because there's a possibility he could have some sort of buff card available. And, you know, either way, it keeps the board state basically the same, buys us 1 turn. Maybe he'll damage the Archspore. But yeah, we're probably going to lose this. Which is unfortunate, because he did have a bad hand, but he bled us well. I mean, that shows the strategy. That's what's important, right?
I'd finish Den Verde.
And, I mean, that benefited us right there. Okay, so this is 8 points. He needs 6 points in his hand to tie. So let's see what happens. We win. Cool. I'd be interested to see what his last card was. was really good, though. Whew. Okay, so that was pretty lucky, actually, getting out of that alive. So I think we're gonna call it there. Thank you to everyone who was watching. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. So that would have been, let's see, Vladim, Apricot Fruit, and Wit. Commander Root as well, but I believe he's always just kind of there. Possibly some other bot. And, you know, like I was telling Vlad, if you guys were listening, thinking of streaming more frequently, now that, you know, I have kind of a game that I can actively enjoy playing. Probably do it on Thursdays and or Fridays. I have a YouTube channel as well. Probably will upload this whole segment here, even though it's about 2 hours. Check that out, Kenos Gaming. And I'll see you guys